you're struggling with tight or weak hip flexors, this video is for you. My name is Winnie and today I'm going to take you through a quick hip flexor strengthening and stretching routine that is going to help you with those sore and tight hip flexors. So we spend so much of our life in a seated position, shortening those hip flexors, and then we go out and we do a repetitive movement like running or cycling, and those hip flexors get very aggravated and tight and sore. So we want to strengthen them, which kind of sounds counterintuitive because all you want to do is stretch them, but bear with me, the stronger they are, the less sore they get. So we're going to do some strengthening stuff, which does require some shortening of them. So you might feel that irritation, but then we're going to spend some time stretching as well, and then I promise you they will feel better. So we're going to start off on our back and just get a little bit warm with some bridges. So feet are hip width apart, hands by your side, and we're just going to peel your hips up. And I want you to really work for as much height as you can here. So already we're finding that stretch through the hip flexors, and then we're rolling back down. And we're pressing up, trying to lift up as high as you can, and coming back down. So really lengthening through that quad, through those hips. So you're squeezing your back to get that little bit harder in the bridge so that you can really press your hips up to the ceiling. Awesome. We're going to go for about another 4 here. And 3. See if you can get that a little bit higher for 2. And 1. We're rolling all the way back down. We're going to hug our knees into our chest now and curl up. We're going to extend one leg out long in front of you. Hug the other knee into your chest. And then we're going to switch. So you're trying to lengthen out through that leg, pull the other knee in. Awesome. So already we're using those hip flexors to pull the knees back in, but we're just kind of warming it up to start off with. And while you're here, see if you can really squish your back down into the mat. Getting a little bit of ab work while we're at it. Awesome. So a lot of core work goes hand in hand with hip flexor work. Because if you think about your rectus abdominis coming into your pelvis and your rec fem coming into your pelvis, they both connect there. So we will be using both in this video. Let's go for another 2 here. And then you can just hug both knees into your chest. If it's there for you, you're extending both legs out long. So then we're pulling the knees back in and extending back long. Pulling them back in, extending them long. Nice. If you need a little bit less, bring your legs up to the ceiling a little bit more. If you'd like a little bit more, bring them a little bit lower to the mat. But we're still trying to press that back down into the mat as much as you can. Let's go for another 2. The last one. And then pop your knees back in. Feet down to the mat, let your head rest down. So from here, we're going to extend the legs long. Right leg's going to shoot up to the ceiling, and then it's going to lower back down. Lifting up, we're going for 10. That's 3. Working through that front of the leg. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Pop that foot down, other leg. Lifting it up, bringing it down. For 2. And 3, trying to keep everything else nice and still. You can say square, but still. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice work. bend through the knees and just let your knees go from side to side. Just release that off a little bit. Alright, so we're going to work our way up into 2 straight legs doing that. But first we're going to start with the bent knee version. And know that you can always come back to what we just did as well. But let's try with bent knees. So we're in a tabletop position. Try and squish your back down into the mat as much as you can. We're going to let both toes tap down to the mat and then come back up. Both toes tapping down, coming back up. We're going to go for 10 here. That's 4. And 5. 6. Trying to squish your back down. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Pop the feet down. Let the knees go from side to side. And like I said at the start, try and stick with me. I know it feels tight through those hip flexors, but we'll give them a nice stretch at the end. We're not here for long. Alright, we're going one more round. You've got options. You've got the single straight leg, you've got the double bent leg, or we're going to go for double straight leg. So both straight legs are up to the ceiling. We're going to lower them down and then lift them back up. Lowering them down, lifting them back up. Nice. Try to keep your back pressing down into the mat. Trying to work through the front of the legs there to see if you can squeeze your feet together. Nice big deep breath. Slow it down on the way down. Bring it up a little bit faster. Slow it right down. Bring it up a little faster. If you've got the single leg, switch. We're going to go for about another 6. And 5. Always go back to the bent knee version if you need to. 3. 2. And 1. Pop the feet down. Let the knees go from side to side. Nice work. Alright. Let's rock and roll ourselves up to sitting for me. And we're going to come over onto all fours. So just shuffling back a little bit. We're going to just find a little back bend here. So your hands are like one step in front of your shoulders. We're going to sit back on your heels and then just float forward, hips to the mat, looking up at the ceiling. And I want you to really try and drop your hips down towards the mat, but push through the mat to lift up. And then you're going to look over one shoulder back at your heels, and you can feel that stretch through. I'm looking over my right shoulder, and I can feel the stretch through my left side. And I'm coming over to the middle, looking over my left shoulder, feeling that stretch through my right hand side. One more each side. And the other side. And then back to the middle and sitting back on your heels. Now we're going to come up onto into like a lunge position. So right foot stepping forward, hands coming to your hips. So this isn't a very big movement, but it's pretty stretchy. So you're going to push your hips forward just a little bit. But your hips are coming forward, but your chest is kind of coming backwards. So you're trying to find that stretch through the front of your leg here. So through that hip flexor. It's a little push forward, but a lift up through the front of your body. Nice big deep breaths. You'll know when you've found it. It's pretty intense. But we're really trying to lengthen through that front of your hip there. Let's just hold that there for about another 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Coming back up to the middle. We're going to swap the legs over. So right knee's coming in, or whatever leg you did before. other foot's going to step forward, same thing. So you're trying to push your hips forward, lift your chest up, and then bring your chest back a little bit. And it's quite intense down through the front of that leg, through the front of your hip. Nice big deep breaths. My leg's kind of shaking a little bit after all that hip flexor work. Awesome, one more big deep breath there. And then you can relax, nice work. Alright, one last one to get you going for your day. So this one's called fast stretch. It's not really much stretchiness about it, well there is, but it's really going to work through your thighs, your hip flexors. Alright, so feet are hip width apart, knees are hip width apart, hands are going to come out in front of you. We're thinking we're a plank, so your body's one straight line. Press your feet down into the mat, you're going to hinge backwards as far as you feel like you can go, and then come back up to a kneeling position. Hinging back, and coming up. As you start to get comfortable with it, start to challenge it a little bit more. So you're trying to hinge back maybe a little bit further every time, trying to keep that nice plank position through your body. Rolling back, rolling up. Not much stretchiness, lots of work through the front of the leg. Awesome. But we're working it in that lengthened position. Nice big deep breaths. Awesome. Maybe breathing in as you come back, out as you come up. Let's go for 3 more. Try and get that a little bit further. The last 2. Last one. And then you can pop your hands back down onto the mat. Give that a little stretch out, maybe a little shake from side to side. Nice work. And then the last little bit we're going to do, we're going to come up to standing. So come through your pike, walk your feet up to your hands, and we'll just slowly roll all the way up to standing. Roll those shoulders back, and we're going to get you ready for the day. So we're going to just find a little lunge back. Right foot's going to step back, you're going to find a lunge. So bending through both knees. As you stand up, right foot is going to kick forward like your karate move. And then you're coming back down, find the lunge, come up, kick forward. Step back, find the lunge, and then you're kicking forward. So again, that kick forward is really working through that hip flexor. You can try and get your leg as high as you can. I'm sure you can get it higher than me. But we're working for that nice big kick. Control it back down. Nice big kick, control it back down. Let's go for another 4. And 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Let's swap it over. Left foot's going to lunge back, bending through both knees, kick it forward. Lunging back, karate chop forward. Maybe you can do some karate hands too. Whatever you feel like it. Go for it. Awesome. We're going to go for another 5. Try and get that leg a little higher each time. Last 4. And 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Nice work. Give it a little shake out. Hopefully you're feeling like those hip flexors are a little bit stronger, a little bit more flexible. If you liked this video, please hit like and subscribe for more sports specific videos, and hopefully I'll see you next time.